All right, now that we have finished adding our sprites, the next thing I want you to do, now make sure if this is a new day and you haven't been on, make sure you sign in up here. So click sign in and use your username and password. And to find the stuff you were working on last time, you click this folder here and it should populate right here. Don't click create again. Just go here and then you'll see inside. So we'll click that. And now we're back on where we left off last time. So the next thing I want to do is I want to add a title to my game. So up here, we're going to add a title. I'm just going to put Happy Hippo. So that's going to be my title is my Happy Hippo. And I'm going to, first things first, make this hippo fly. So I want to actually make the hippo move around and fly. So what I'm going to do is the first thing is going to be events. We always want to start with an event. So my event is going to be when flag is clicked. So I'm going to drag that over and put it right in my code area. The next thing I want to do is I want to go to control and we're going to grab this forever block. And I'm just going to put it right here because I don't want to attach it yet. So we're just going to put it down here a little bit. Now, every single time I want the game to start, I want my hippo somewhere over here first, right? So I'm going to go to this motion and I'm going to grab this go to and you'll see I want to show you something. So if I move this number will change. So if you kind of focus on these numbers, I'm going to move the hippo. These numbers change. So I'm going to move them where I want to put them. And then I'm going to click right here. Now I can connect the two. So I have 3 blocks here. Now I'm going to go to control. And before we do anything else, I want you to pause the video. I want you to go and add these 3 blocks to your game. So pause the video, go add these 3 blocks. All right. So hopefully you pause the video and now you have these 3 blocks done. Don't move forward if you don't. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this if then. Now, I want if I click on my keys on the arrow keys. All right, so if I pick I want to say if I want to push the up, down, left, right, any of these arrows, right? You can see that on my screen. If I want to push any of those and have my guy move all around, then I'm going to say if I push this arrow, then I want something to happen. So if I'm going to have 4 ifs. So go and pause the video and add 4 ifs right here. Make sure your ifs are not inside each other like this one is. It should be underneath each one. Okay, go pause the video and go do that now. Okay, now that we have that done, we are going to have this little guy. If I press the right arrow, so I'm going to go to sensing here, and I'm going to say key space pressed. Now I'm going to put that in each of these. You'll see that if it highlights as I drag it over it. We're going to drop those right in there. Drag it over and drag it over. Okay. So I'm going to switch this one to right, left, up, and down. Perfect. Go do that right now. Add this into each of the if-then statements. Okay, now that you have these 4 done, we're going to add what we want to happen. So I'm going to go to motion, and I don't use this move 10 steps. Do not use that. We're going to scroll down to where we see change X by 10. Now, the way this works is X is left and right, Y is up and down, just like a graph. So X left and right, we're going to use X to change left and the right. So I'm going to grab two of these and I'm going to drop them right in there. Now let's say what happens if you do something like this. Uh-oh, it's in the wrong spot. So I can pull, I'll have to pull this whole block down in order to get that one out, okay? So you're going to have to remove the bottom ones first. Then I put it back in there. Now if I change X by 10, that's going to change X by 10 going to the right. -10 would be going to the left. So you just click on it and you type in -10, right? And then up and down, we're actually going to change Y. So make sure you're going over here and clicking change Y. And for up, I'm going to use a +10. For down, I'm going to take my change Y by 10 and do -10. Okay? So now I have -10 here. So if I click my green flag and I push my arrow, I can move forward, up, down, left, and right. Now what I want to do is I want my wings to flap too, because otherwise it looks like he's just kind of hovering without flapping his wings. So the thing about flapping your wings, you could do a couple of things. You could only flap your wings when you're moving, and then if you're sitting still, it looks like this, but I don't really like that. So we're going to go up to looks right here. And I'm just going to click this next costume. So if I go to my costumes, I can see which costumes I have. So you'll see that I have 2 costumes that flap my wings. If you have more than that do more than just flap your wings or move, then you can either delete those or you can use a different type of code where you switch costume to that other one. So you're going to need 2 of these. So if I did that, I would this one, and then I would use control, wait a short time, like a quarter of a second, and then I would change it to A, right? So I could do that, or, see how that works? It flaps. It doesn't look great. That's why I don't like doing it that way. Or I can just click this next costume one, and I'm going to put it right above this whole thing. So now it's just always going to be flapping no matter what I do. You see that? We can slow it down if we wanted to, but I don't really want to. And now I can move all around. You'll see my keystrokes that I'm pushing my arrows, and it's going exactly the way I want it to go. Okay? And there you go. And you can see it's even hovering a little bit, so it's kind of cool. Alright guys, that's how you move your sprite, and on the next video we will get to how to move your enemy sprite and make them go across the screen and kind of attack you. Alright, I'll see you then.